It's the July tournament for Dice Dojo, and I'm in round two, and I actually fought Max in round two with his Skaven army. It's 2,500 points, and if you watch the first one I went against Dan. Dan's actually Max's uncle, so it's pretty interesting playing them. They have two different types, like styles, even though they played like games against each other, and they kind of learn off of each other as well. So it's kind of fun to see two different like armies. It's also fun to see different Skaven armies that have different setups entirely. Anyways, we're gonna go over my list really quick. I have my 24 Savage Orc Biggins. This is a really good picture of them actually. I got my 20 Night Goblins with short bows. I have my 6 Cave Trolls, or not cave. I don't know why I said cave. 6 Trolls. Okay. Ignore the fact that one looks like a wolf in the background. But anyways, I have my level 4 Lord of Undeath, Igor von Gabo. I have the immortal Chicken Head with his trusty steed and the chicken. Over here I have a unit of 13 Spider Riders. In that unit of 13 Spider Riders, I do have on the left side Paco. It's Lord Paco with a great axe. And on the right side, I have Gorbat Ironclaw. The boss of the bosses. He is, with his huge 18-inch leadership bubble on leadership 10. He is the man. Over here, we have level 2 Zoidberg, who's going to go in with the Lucky Shrunken Head into the unit of savages. Then I have a Doom Diver, a Spear Chucka, another Doom Diver that's not in the pictures, and the Arachnarok Spider. Let's go over what my challenger here has. He has a unit of about like 20 deep Storm Vermin with the Storm Banner. He has a unit of Clan Rats here. He has a Warp Fire Thrower with accompanying that Clan Rat unit. The Clan Rat unit also got the BSB. I'm sorry. Yeah, it is the BSB. And his general, which is the Gracier there. He also has a unit of Rat Ogres to the left of them. Then he has another block of Clan Rats about like 30 deep, and then a huge block of slaves. And slaves, I think it's like 40 to 50 slaves there. He has the Doom Wheel and the Hell Pit Abomination. He has no guns though. I mean, he has no like cannons. Something I noticed. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and Vanguard up with Chicken Head. Chicken Head runs right up to the line. We're playing with the Mysterious Terrain in the middle again. So that whole like tomb monument, it once somebody touches it, we're going to figure out what it is. I win the roll-off. First time in like forever that I win the roll-off. Orcs and Goblins, turn 1. I'm going to have Chicken Head run literally behind the lines. He's on this side of the lines. And in all honesty, I really wanted to kill that Warp Fire Thrower right there because the trolls are lined up with him. And oh, I forgot to mention, he also has the plague furnace with all the plague monks pushing it, like 40 or 50 plague monks. But anyways, I was going for that Warp Fire Thrower, and I really couldn't get it. There was like no angle for Chicken Head to get to it, so I just had him run around the back, trying to see what I could do back here. As you can see, I moved the trolls up anyways. I don't care about the fire that much, but I move them up anyways because I'm just going to face my demons there. They touched the Arcane Ruins, and that's what they are, the Arcane Ruins. I'm sorry, they touched the Mystical Monument to become Arcane Ruins. And any wizard within 6 inches of the ruins gets to channel 3 more times, but if they get, or I'm sorry, 1 is 6, I think it is. No, 1 of 4. 1 of 4 dice. And basically, if you roll 3 6s, you get a miscast, which is pretty cool, but you get like a shit ton of chances for channels, which is pretty cool. As you can see, I've moved pretty much everybody up. I moved the Ragnarok behind the building. I moved Goblins up there by the trees. Goblins are probably in the worst spot because if he walks anybody into Fanatic range, I've got a tree in my way. Magic Phase, I got 5 power dice. First thing I do is I throw the Dark Riders. I throw 5 dice onto it, and he denies it with a double 6 roll. So then I throw, I don't think I threw all 5 dice. I think I threw like, I had a couple 2 left. I threw 2 onto these guys here, and I got the skeletons up, the Grave Call. And I ended up, actually I might have done a 1 dice on it. I think I did a 1 dice on it, but anyways. So I got Grave Call off, got the skeletons up, And sure enough, that's going to happen. Shooting phase starts. He throws up the storm banner. And if you're familiar with the Storm Banner, it basically makes all ballistic shooting -2, and it makes anything that is not ballistic shooting not able to shoot unless you roll a 4, 5, or 6. And then on subsequential turns, you have to just roll 4, 5, or 6 in the beginning of the turn to see if you can turn off the banner entirely. This also means for him as well. So, sure enough, this guy here rolls a 5 so he can shoot the Doom Diver. Doom Diver goes ahead, tries to shoot at the General's unit. Check that out. Kill 5 of his clan rats, which is a pretty good roll for my Doom Divers. My Doom Divers usually kill like 1. Alright, so basically that was it. It's going to be Skaven turn 1. First thing he does, of course, and this is another thing I was trying to do, was I was trying to throw those skeletons up. You can see them in this picture. I was trying to throw them up about 7 inches away, so if he charges into them, that the fanatics will pop through and then go through and hit the guy who's on the other side. So, didn't work because he didn't charge them. He moved the Doom wheel up, it failed to hit. He moved the Hell Pit up, failed to hit. Hell Pit releases my fanatics, and instead of my fanatics running through my side, I decided to just throw them into the tree and sacrifice them. So, it kind of sucks, but at the same time, it was a necessary evil. The Storm Vermin turn around facing Chicken Head over here, and they move up right behind Chicken Head. The slaves move up, the clan rats move up, and then I think everybody kind of does move up except for the Plague Claw catapult or furnace. Anyways, magic phase, he got to 10 power dice. And he channels, he uses the monument. He uses the monument, and he got 666s, which it says don't do it or else you take the miscast. So he takes the miscast, it blows up a small template right there onto his bunker, and it ends up killing off like a bunch of guys. And I think he just kind of hit the bodies from me too fast and realized how many died. Anyways. Oh, never mind, I rolled for it. 8 guys died, or 4 guys died, 8 got hit, which, I mean, that's what this picture is. It's basically showing that he got 4 ones on that, so he got lucked out. Magic, he's going to use his, what's his name, the monk here, the plague monk. He's going to shoot this, I think this is Vermintide? I forgot which spell this is, because I don't ever play anybody who plays plague spells. But he's throwing this giant template here, and it goes and travels in the direction towards the savages. It hits pretty much every fucking savage, alright? But it's kind of a weak spell, and it only kills off 1 guy. Oh, man. Over here, the Doom Wheel has to start off the shooting phase, and it has to shoot the closest unit unless he can restrain. He tries to restrain, but it fails, and it zaps the crap out of 3 slaves. The fucking Skavens. And then he goes with the furnace, and the furnace is going to go ahead and do its little like ball and chain thing, flipping this way. It barely clips the tip of where the trolls are. Trolls are standing in the middle there, even though the other ones are behind the thing. And it ends up doing 2 wounds. Because it is flaming, of course. Orcs and Goblins, round 2. Let's get some charging in. First, Animosity. Gorbad's unit fails Animosity. Of course they fail Animosity. So, they're going to have to force charge into the furnace. I decide I'm going to call out the Wog, and I'm not going to hold back. And to top it off, you see how people are kind of like out of the units right now? That's because this freaking map, that hill is causing everybody to slide off, and Gorbad's like a giant metal monster, and all those Spider Riders are plastic, so that he's just like sliding off and like knocking them all over and shit, and we're just, yeah, it's not cool. So anyways, so the trolls are charging in, Gorbad's charging in, Savages charging in, and the Ragnarok is charging in, and I'm like, fuck it, let's just everybody charge in, let's call out the Wog, and I'm gonna take out that furnace now, because every single time I've ever fought that fucking furnace is annoying as hell. Let's just take it out. So I get in. I'm also charging in Chicken Head into the General's unit because he's the closest unit to countercharge. Oh no, yeah, he is. He's the closest unit to countercharge, and I'm trying to hold him up for a round. So, and then I have the Skeletons charging into the Slaves because that's gonna be a fluffy fight. And the Ragnarok fails. He's the only one that fails, and I couldn't even figure it out how to fail because he would fail on top of the hut, so I just pushed him back behind the hut again. But everybody else connects. Bam, 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 bam. Unfortunately, Gorbad's unit was the middle unit, and I couldn't get more savages in. So it's like savages are tip to tip. Trolls are in. I try to get as many trolls as possible in because trolls would just destroy that unit. And yeah. Over here, the skeletons got in, and Chicken Head, of course, gets in. So I go ahead and I move my level 4 back away from the freaking hell pit. Yeah, that's about it. Magic Phase, I got 9 power dice. I'm going to throw 5 dice onto the Dark Riders. I get up some hex boards right here. I'm going to wait for that hell pit to come. He knows those hex boards have flaming attacks, and he does not have the warp stone whatever claws to kill them. So that's pretty cool. Shooting phase, I get Doom Diver off again. It's going to go ahead and shoot at the Storm Fiends, goddamn Storm Vermin over here, and it ends up hitting a direct hit, get 5, and it ends up killing like I believe 5 of them actually. Yeah, 5. Doesn't cause a panic though, and I'm gonna go ahead and shoot my Spear Chucka at the Hell Pit, and I get a 1. I roll it again, and I get a 1, and it blows up. So that's my Spear Chucka for you. As for the Night Goblins and Bows here, they're all shooting at the Hell Pit, and bam, they do 1 wound onto the Hell Pit, which is pretty funny. And then as for over here, Chicken Head only killed 1, just 1 clan rat. That sucks. So I got a charge, a side flank, and a kill. He has like 3 ranks and a banner. It's going to cause me to flee because I failed. And when I flee this way, and he chases me. And I actually stop like an inch away from the Storm Vermins. God damn it, I keep calling them fiends. Anyways, this hill right here is causing everybody to slide off the table, so we decided to, like, if you can see in some pictures, you're not even going to see any of them. I think Chicken Head's probably the only one there with like 1 guy chasing them because they're all falling off. As for the close combat, the furnace is going to go ahead and start it off, and it's going to go ahead and burn people that are standing like directly in base-to-base contact with it. It burns off like 1 Spider Rider, 1 Savage. It burns off 1 Troll and does an extra wound, and then it does 3 wounds or 4 wounds onto his monks. Then Gorbat's striking first, and you know what? The one person on there that I hate the most besides the fucking furnace is that fucking monk, because he does the stupid spells that are broken as hell. And he's gonna go ahead and hit the monk and kill the monk. It was just like overkill on that monk. So then his rats are going next, and his rats go ahead and kill off like almost all my Spider Riders minus 2. So I had 13 originally. I have 2 left. So now I have so he killed 10 roughly. He didn't touch my savages. He didn't touch or actually I think he did kill no, I don't think anything. I think everybody's okay. The monks on this side ended up killing off 1 more troll, so that was about 2 wounds. And then it's my turn. The trolls kill off I can't even count that. It's like 12 guys. Freaking the Savage did impact hits. I think killed like 1 or 2 guys. The Spider Riders killed like 1 or 2 guys. And then Paco goes. And Paco, you know what? He's strength 8 right now on the charge. I'm going to hit that freaking catapult. The furnace. Why do I keep on mixing up names on Skaven? Anyways. So he hits the furnace. He wounds it for 4 wounds. But it's still alive. And I think the boars killed off some guys there. And yeah, it was just a massacre for him. I killed like a good like 20 guys or whatever. The fucked up part is it's unbreakable. It's not gonna go anywhere, not anywhere, which sucks. But I did win like a massive win there. I totally killed that monk, and it's almost done, that furnace. Over here, his slaves end up killing off 3 of my skeletons. Skeletons kill off 1 slave. I'm going to go ahead and crumble, and I crumble 3 more, 4 more, something like that, because he has ranks and stuff. And I don't think they get banners, but whatever. And this is going to start off Skaven turn 2. Skaven turn 2, an assassin pops up right behind the Doom Diver. These guys are going to go ahead and try to charge into Chicken Head, and Chicken Head has to flee from their direction, flees through the unit of the guys that were chasing him originally, so he's gonna have to take dangerous trains. And if he was supposed to die there, please let me know in the comments below. But they weren't chasing the storm vermin were the first ones to call chasing. He turns around, he runs through that unit, and then I thought it was just dangerous terrain, but let me know if I'm wrong. Anyways, um, and then over here he decides to move the hell pit towards the left behind a Ragnarok, and then he moves the Doom Wheel up a little bit. He got a horrible roll on the Doom Wheel. Magic phase, he got 8 power dice, and I believe his Gracier is the only one, but his Gracier wasn't really in range for anybody except for Chickenhead. So not much happened in his magic phase. Shooting phase, he's going to go ahead and try to restrain, and it doesn't, so shoots off one more slave, and that's about it. Um, so he's going to shoot his warp fire thrower at Chickenhead, and he gets a misfire actually on the roll. And sure enough, it blows up. It does a huge template here, and ends up killing off a bunch of his guys, like I think like 8 guys, and Chickenhead is still live and dandy. We're gonna go to close combat over here. Close combat, his slaves just end up destroying the rest of the skeletons. They didn't really have a chance left. And then over here, you know what? I got sick of that furnace. It's gonna go again first, and it ends up killing off my spider riders. So now it's just Paco and Gorbad in that unit. And I'm gonna go ahead and swing with Gorbad first into the freaking furnace, and I hit it. I do the multiple wounds and just destroy it outright. It really had no chance at hell. Gorbad just destroyed it, leaving just the plague monks. And I don't even know how this works. Are they supposed to close in or what? Because there's a gap in the middle now. Anyways, so savages go on this side. Or I'm sorry, the rats go first. They kill off one of my savages. The rats on this side go. They end up killing off one more of my trolls. Savages go, they end up killing off 4 guys. Trolls go, and they end up killing off like 8 more guys. Paco goes, and he ends up killing off 4 more guys. And then the trolls stomp, and then they're going to kill off 3 more guys. And they just, I mean, that unit's almost dead. They're going to panic and flee. I'm going to chase with everybody, and I run their asses down. So that's how that looks. You can see everybody's kind of getting just like running that way, and it's going to go ahead and start off Orcs and Goblins turn 3. Orcs and Goblins turn 3. I'm going to go ahead and charge in with the Ragnarok into the clan rats here. Got him. Alright, get away from the hell pit. I'm going to go ahead and charge with Gorbad into the trolls, or the rat ogres. The trolls into the rat ogres. Paco's running into the general's unit with the Gracier, and everybody connects. Chickenhead's going to, of course, rally. The Hexboars are just taunting the freaking hell pit. They're basically traffic controlling him, like, go this way, because he doesn't want to face them. He knows he's stuck with them if he does, and I'll just kill it. The dark, I'm going to go ahead and try to summon up more Dark Riders, I believe. And, well, actually, what happened to my magic phase? I don't think I took pictures of the magic phase. Try to call up more Dark Riders, he stops it. Then I go ahead and I throw a couple dice onto Cryptors, and I get those out, and they're going to be right here by the Doom Wheel, so that way if he charges into my Night Goblins, I'll be able to take them out. Doom Diver's going to go ahead and shoot at the Doom Wheel for now, and I end up only doing 1 wound onto it. The other Doom Diver goes and shoots, and it blows itself up. Gorbad goes, and Gorbad hits the Rat Ogres. Look at this. This is just beautiful. These are his D3 rolls. So basically he got 2, 4, 6, 9 wounds. He ends up killing off like 2 guys or something like that, or 3. And it's just crazy. And sure enough, I think it should have been 3. I don't know why. Maybe it was just his hits. Trolls are going to go, or I'm sorry, the Rat Ogres are going to go, and they end up doing absolutely nothing to me. And the Ogres go, the Trolls go into the Ogres, and they kill off 1 more and do 2 wounds. Maybe those were my armor saves. Maybe. I don't remember. But, yeah, Gorbad really punked them up, and they lost their rank. There should be 1 more in the front. I don't know why he took them off that way, but anyways. And now the Rat Ogres are going to run, and everybody's going to chase. Or, yeah, Gorbad and the Trolls are going to chase. And they get away because they're scurry. They get a 12 plus 1. That's 13 inches. There's no way in hell I could catch them. I ended up running, like, I believe, like, 8 inches or 9 inches, and then the Trolls only ran, like, a pathetic 3. So, there they are. The Ragnarok goes, and he ends up killing off 2 guys. The Goblins go. Goblins kill off like 4 or 5 guys. The clan rats go. They couldn't even touch their Ragnarok, and then Thunderstomps end up killing like 4 or 5 more guys. And the Ragnarok's just like holding him down, and he's not gonna go anywhere. He's stubborn. Paco goes, and he ends up challenging. He ends up answering with his BSB, and sure enough, or I'm sorry, does he challenge? I don't think he even does challenge. I think I just attacked the unit. I end up killing off 2 guys. It's kind of hard to tell because we split up the unit because they were sliding off that cliff. But anyways, he kills off 2 guys. I think I lose because he has a BSB, a rank, and all that crap, and I only did 2 wounds. He did no wounds. But I am stubborn anyways, and I'm just going to stick there till Chickenhead helps him out in the next turn. Skaven, turn 3, I think this is. The Assassin's going to go ahead and charge into the Doom Diver. The Storm Vermin are going to charge into the Trolls, and they connect in. And then the Rat Ogres could try to rally, and they fail to rally, and then they end up running off the board. So that's awesome. Over here, his Doom Wheel can't really do much. He's trying to just move around, and his slaves are moving around. The Doom Wheel actually ends up turning because we were talking about it for a while. He didn't know what to do with them because he knows he's kind of SOL. And I was like, dude, you could probably fit in that gap between the slaves and the hut. So he's like, alright. So he rolls for it, he gets it, and he gets into the side flank of the Ragnarok, which is going to be a pretty hard hit for that initial impact hits. And then the Hell Pit's just running away from the Hexbore still. Magic Phase, he got 6 power dice. He tries to channel again. He gets 2 channels out of that monument. And he ends up doing the dreaded 13th. Oh, the dreaded 13th. And he gets it off. And look at this. He just kills off like pretty much my whole freaking unit of savages. He kills like a good 15 to 20 of them or something like that. It's crazy, that spell. That spell is so fucking... I wish the Orcs had something like that. But a Gork. Sure enough, he goes... And I think that was it. I think that was the only spell he got off. I don't know what this 3 is for. Oh, I think he's eating his Warpstone tokens to try to do something else, and he couldn't do anything anyways. As for the impact hits over here, I believe he didn't do shit. No, maybe. Oh, no, it's Shooting Phase. I'm sorry. Shooting Phase, he tries to shoot the Ragnarok, does nothing. There it goes. Then we're going to go to Close Combat. Close Combat, his Assassin's attacking my Doom Diver, and he ends up just killing off my Doom Diver. His impact hits do 2 wounds onto my Ragnarok. And then his crew goes, and his crew ends up doing 1 more wound. And then my Ragnarok goes, and instead of trying to fuck with that thing, I just decided to kill off the clan rats. And I just attack everything into the clan rats, hopefully making them run. And sure enough, I destroy like 12 of them. So I'm winning combat resolution by like 8 or something like that, because he got a rank, a banner, a charge, a side flank. So he has 4 versus my 12 wounds. So yeah, I'm winning by like 8. And then what's going to happen is he's going to flee. He needs double ones on both of them. He's going to flee. But this is the one thing that we were questioning, is they're supposed to both run from the biggest unit, which that's only 1 unit. But that would kind of throw them in different directions, because they're both, or the center from the biggest unit, or they're supposed to be both run towards like through the slaves, I believe. But either way, I'm allowed to. This is a question that came up, and I want to ask YouTube out there right now, because this is something that we really need clarified in my group. Am I allowed to chase both of them down with one monster? I said it was so. I've heard it was so. I've heard one guy says that they get caught on the spot and he just overruns by himself. I figured that they were all running in the same direction, so it's basically whoever I catch on the way, more or less. So we played it that way, and I ended up catching them both down and killing them right there on the spot, and then running over like, I think like, I don't know, 8 inches or so. But Max was just like, no, that's not the way it's supposed to happen. Dan was like, that's not the way it's supposed to happen. You know, you're supposed to choose which one you're going for. So I would like to hear any clarification on that one, if you guys can. YouTube, Evil Ash, anybody. Anyways, and then over here, Paco's going to go ahead and start attacking back, and he ends up killing off 4 more guys. This is the end of round 3, guys. His Rat Ogres ran off the board. He has 1 unit of slaves left, and he has his general's unit, which is about surrounded with trolls and Gorbat and Chickenhead and Paco. He decides to call the game there. He says, I'm done, you know. And that was about it. I mean, it was a it was an orc victory. I think I ended up getting like tied for first with Dan, just based on objective points. No, I'm sorry. Todd took first. Todd took first, and then Dan second, and then Max. I think I was tied for second, and then Max. Anyways, uh, if you guys like this video, hit the like and subscribe button. I'll be putting up more videos very soon. As for my MVP of this game, I would have to probably give it to. That's a tough one. Not the Doom Diver. Chicken Head didn't do much. I would probably have to give it to like the Trolls. The Trolls are the ones that were just like dominating people, even though they got like massive casualties. Gorbad and Paco did a good job destroying the furnace, and they were a threat to be reckoned with. But at the same time, the Trolls were the ones that were doing majority of the kills with Gorbad. So yeah, I'm gonna give it to the Trolls. Anyways, guys, if you have any feedback or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. I'd be glad to answer any feedback. I like hearing feedback, to be honest. And I will be putting up more videos very soon. I got a couple games coming up where it's me versus Ian, me versus Todd, and I think that's about it. But I got like at least 4 more videos I got to put up, or 5 more videos. Holy shit! Before the next tournament, which is this week. That's a lot of stuff. Anyways, guys, take care, and I'll be putting it up very soon. Peace.